Good afternoon. Welcome to Hillsboro Stadium in Hillsboro, Oregon. I'm Brad Stein. It's week 4 of the MLU. The 1-2 Dogfish take on the 3-0 Portland Stags. The second meeting this year. See Portland starting on offense right now. That's Timmy Person at the far sideline, looking for Rafi Hayes. Portland undefeated, 3-0. The Dogfish 1-2. Of course, this is the second meeting between the two teams. They played down in San Francisco, and Portland edged them 15-12. Here come the Stags looking to strike first. Beautiful day. It's 63 degrees, no sun, overcast, very light wind, completely contrasting to what we saw at Yellow Jacket Stadium a few weeks ago, week number 2 in San Francisco. Portland, there's a block by San Francisco. The first D and the first turnover goes to Portland. San Francisco takes over. They hold the Stags scoreless. 50 seconds elapsed here in the first quarter at Hillsboro Stadium. Dogfish played the Stags very tight. It was an outstanding game, went back and forth. That's Jackson Stearns, and he's going pretty deep down the field. There is a Dogfish that's hit up by Adamson, and on the rebound, it's caught, and San Francisco scores first. Looked like it was outstanding defense and coverage by the Portland Stags. Deflected it once, but the rebound and the score by San Francisco. Dogfish take a 1-0 lead. The 1-2 Dogfish, 0-1 against the Portland Stags this year. Back in 2014, last year, the San Francisco Dogfish were 2-8 and 0-4 against this Portland Stag team. So the Dogfish, they want to start and get off on the right track, and they did so by causing the first turnover and capitalizing. Here come the Stags with their second possession of the first quarter. Very content. They will play small disc, they'll play long disc. And here comes a huck, and that one's deep. Looking for Timmy Person, who's got a step, and Timmy Person scores. Stags, just like that, tie it up. That was one of the big storylines a couple weeks ago, the turnovers galore. Some of it caused by wind. You had 12 turnovers in the third point of the second quarter. There were blocks, there were drops, there were throwaways, stalls. You can't blame it all on the wind, but it is very difficult. We get nothing like that out here in Portland, not on a usual, typical Portland day. Dogfish with their second possession. And we have a call. Goes against San Francisco. First turnover on the Dogfish. Disc goes back to the Stags with 7:56 left in the first. See, Grant Cole starts with it. Steve Rice back to Cole, center. Now the Stags are in Dogfish territory. Brian Penner, number 77, to Supnick. Just moving the disc very freely. Grant Cole, number 22, controlling it, had an outstanding game week 1 against the Seattle Rainmakers. Just a very, very good player, Grant Cole. One of the more underrated players. 11 years playing experience. Stags center it. Now back to Topher Davis, number 8. The defensive line in right now for the Stags. Supnick back to Topher Davis. Very patient. Nice pass. Sean Parker goes back, dumps it back to Supnick, and there goes another score. Number 2, the second goal goes back to Grant Cole. The Stags, with 6:48 left, take their first lead of the game, 2-1. San Francisco goes back home for a home game, which I'm sure they are thrilled about. Here comes the pull from the Portland Stags. Pretty short, but it hangs up there. Excellent hang time. And that's taken by Thomas Lassiter. Dogfish trying to even the series up 1-1. They're going to be playing 4 games this year, just like last year. Oh, of course, that was 4-0 Stags. Working the near sideline, dropped First drop of the game, and that's Andrew Goldstein, number 35, drops it at the near sideline. Disc goes back over to the Stags. Second turnover for the Dogfish. Dan Shaw with the disc. Here's Supnick, crosses midfield, now dumps it back to Minor Shagan. To Rice. Rice has a wide open Shaw in the end zone. Oh, deflected, but on the deflection, it is rebounded, caught. Looks like Vin Bowie. Or make that Grant Cole. Number 22, Grant Cole, scores the goal for the Stags. If to put a little extra mustard, they said, if you want to get a really good huck. That is what the personnel of San Francisco told me. And it's the disc, not the wind. Here comes another possession for the Dogfish, trailing by 2 with 5:51 left in the first. And another errant throw, and the disc will go back to the Stags. San Francisco looks a little rattled after scoring the first goal of the game. That's picked up by Ben McGinn, number 21. Centers it out to Rice. Now he has his man, Vin Bowie. Vin Bowie blanketed, but we're going to have an infraction, a foul called on San Francisco. Bowie will start with the disc. Tight defense by San Francisco. They're going with the man-to-man. Basic defense. Portland just swings that disc. No problem. Steve Rice, again, middle. Now back to Seamer. And to Rice. Looking deep. Stags aren't moving. Oh, a diving catch. Nice play. Nice save by Seamer. Seamer close to scoring. And in the end zone, another goal. Another score. Portland making this look easy. 4 unanswered goals by the Stags. We're not talking about weather, we're not talking about wind, but we have the Adamson brothers, and that has to be the number one storyline. Of course, Sam playing for the San Francisco Dogfish and Aaron for the Portland Stags. And the Dogfish come out flying near sideline. Excellent catch. He's inbounds. That was a heck of a play by David Janinis. Dump back off. Janinis towards the near sideline. Now he's going to center that. 4:30 left. That's Sam Adamson, one of the brothers. Adamson flicks that. Diving play. Good save by McCarty, number 46. San Francisco looking to strike right back, trailing by 3. Reached out of the air by Ranahan. San Francisco dumps it back off. We have another infraction, a foul, and it's going back over to the Stags. Another call on the San Francisco Dogfish. San Francisco with an errant pass, a drop, and a couple calls have given Portland extra opportunities. It's not what you want to do with this team. Portland's 3-0. They had the best record in the Western Conference, and then, of course, lost in the championship to Vancouver. But this team is very good, and a Stag team, with Timmy Purston back in action, got to be very careful. Tyler Cable controlling the disc. Hammer back towards center field. Now Stags in territory. They're looking for end zone. They're going for Timmy Purston, and he catches up to it. Purston scores again. Stags make it a 5-1 game. Nice crowd at Hillsborough Stadium in beautiful Hillsborough, Oregon, home of the Portland Stags, where they have a 5-1 lead. Still 3 minutes and 21 seconds left in the first. The Dogfish will receive plenty of turnovers. Some of the same storylines as the last game they played week 2 in San Francisco. We're going to have a call over there, a little bit too much contact. San Francisco will get some extra yardage. That's going to go against number 77, Brian Penner. As San Francisco will control the disc just shy of midfield on the near sideline. That's Evan Boucher, controlled it. Got over to Sunke. Flick out from Thomas Lassiter. San Francisco working the right sideline, the far sideline. Mark Hecht, number 74. Kicks that back out. Dogfish looking for some room, for some cutting. Trying to get in there. Sunky again at the near sideline. Back to number 12, Thomas Lassiter. And a hammer in the end zone. A Stag is back there too. Nice catch. Big point. That is crucial for the San Francisco Dogfish. Almost broken up and D'd up by the Stags, but they just missed it. San Francisco cuts it to a 3-point lead. Also, one of the big storylines today, we have James Yeager, number 16 for the San Francisco Dogfish. One of his comments said from last game, week 2, that Portland wasn't very comfortable and they didn't want to play us. That's what he said. How much is that used as motivation? I don't know. I don't even really know if the Stags heard that, but it was written up. And I'm sure Portland, at least some of them, are pretty aware of that. I don't know how much that motivates, because I never looked at that billboard material. I didn't need the extra motivation, but everyone's different. We'll see how the Stags play this. Here's our next possession following San Francisco's score after they finally stopped the onslaught of Portland's 5 straight goals, 5 unanswered. We're going to have another infraction, another foul called. One minute, 22 seconds in the first quarter. Still plenty of time for Portland to strike again. That's what they're doing as this disc is centered. Here come the Stags. Ben McGinn, number 21, dumps it back to Cable. Now back to McGinn, looking back to Cable again, dumps it off. They always have a man to dump it off the small disc. That one almost got away from him. Good play by McGinn. Now he looks for Tyler Cable. That's going to be an easy score for Timmy Person. A layout defensive try comes up short as Portland scores again. And once again, Timmy Person has a hat trick in the first. Here comes a pull from Portland with 55 seconds remaining, a 4-point lead for the Stags. What a pull that was as it trails out of the end zone, and San Francisco will have mediocre field position to start. And 55 seconds to operate. A goal right now would be perfect. You cut it to 3 points. Not that bad. Let's see how San Francisco's offense reacts to the scoring frenzy by the Portland Stags. After today, we have 2 more matchups between these two teams, May 24th at San Francisco and June 6th right here at Portland. That game will be the MLU Western Conference Game of the Week. I'm Brad Stein. Thanks for joining and listening. Dogfish trailing by 4, 6-2, working the sidelines. Drew Kim, number 6, thought about the huck. Excellent defense right now. The Stags just playing the man-to-man, but they're just blanketing the receivers and the cutters of San Francisco. And here comes a flick. That's up in the air, and it scored. Looked like it was just shy of the end zone, but it scores, and that's the goal that San Francisco needed, but they still left 25 seconds left for the Stags. Here comes a pull from Taylor Casino, and that one's short, but it's going to bounce, take a San Francisco roll. Here comes Portland. Down to 20 seconds. They're going to have to move fast. That's Steve Kent, number 11. Going to work out to Cody Bjorklund at the far sideline. Bjorklund still with the fractured wrist. Will be leaving that cast eventually. I heard next week he should go to a softer cast. Back to Bjorklund. Oh, that's D'd up. Excellent block by San Francisco. 4 seconds left. They're going to throw it up in the air. That's going to be caught, but doesn't count. No score, and that's going to do it for 1 quarter at Hillsborough Stadium. The score is 6-3. The Stags on top of the Dogfish.
Canterbury, the official apparel supplier to Major League Ultimate. Dress like a pro. Visit www.canterburyus.com, the destination for all your team's custom uniforms and athletic apparel needs. Canterbury, proud partner of Major League Ultimate, committed to the game. Go to discstore.com to purchase official merchandise of Major League Ultimate. Game discs, apparel, accessories, and more. Discstore.com is the world's premier supplier of Ultimate Frisbee products and the official store of the MLU. Discstore.com, that's discstore.com. Wear the same ultimate gloves as the pros. Friction Gloves helps your throws and catches in all conditions. To find out more information and get a pair, visit frictiongloves.com.
I say that because he's great and I don't know any other ones. But here comes a pull from Portland. It is a long, hoving pull. It is taken by Thomas Lassiter. The defense chant coming up at Hillsborough Stadium. Great tight defense. But San Francisco making nice crisp throws. And here comes one deep in the end zone. Has a step on his man. Woodside is back. Some contact. Nothing called. And Woodside's going to get credit for the block. I think that was Drew. We're going to have a call. There's the infraction. You could totally see that Peter Woodside had a hand. I believe that was Drew Kim, number 6 it was. Drew Kim was in perfect position for that. Woodside just used a little hand, push him down, never hurts. Sometimes it gets called, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on the reputation of the player and the view of the referees. And here comes a goal, first of the second quarter. The Dogfish cut it to a 2-point Stags lead. Dogfish on a little bit of a roll. Here comes the pull from number 2, Sam Adamson. Of course, his brother Aaron Adamson plays for the Stags, number 14. Tyler Cable, number 1, with the disc. Here come the Stags. Working a backhand to Purston. Purston at the near sideline in San Francisco territory. Nice pass out with the backhand. The Cable go in zone. Here come the Stags. It's up in the air. Ben McGinn, can he reach out? Got it. Oh, boy, that was pretty nice. He said, Happy Mother's Day as he throws the disc in the air. Ben McGinn, this bud's for you. The Stags increased their lead 7-4 over the San Francisco Dogfish. San Francisco, of course, trying to get back to the 500 mark. And the Stags are looking to stay undefeated. A lot on the line. These two teams faced week 2 where the Dogfish just edged, or the Stags just edged the Dogfish 15-12. San Francisco with the disc. Sunke finds his man, James Yeager. You see Sunke going deep, has a couple feet. They thought about it. That was Goldstein who scored the last goal for San Francisco as they just dump it back off. San Francisco playing small disc right now. And you see a little zone played by Portland. That's up in the air. Nice snag as that's corralled by a Dogfish. And there's number 10. Don't have him on the roster for San Francisco. Back to Rossiter. Finds Nick Fisk. Now in the end zone, Dogfish sliding man for the score. Eric Rivera is the goal scorer for the Dogfish. We're back to a 2-point game in Hillsborough Stadium. Perfect day for Ultimate. 63 degrees, very, very light gust. No sun, no weather impact. Nice deep pull by San Francisco. Here come the Stags. Tyler Cable controlling the disc. Defended by Drew Kim, number 6. Cody Bjorklund at the center. And there's Aaron Adamson, one of the Adamson brothers. A little too much contact. It's going to get called. Move up about 5 yards. Make that 10 yards. Still plenty time in the second quarter. Here's Bjorklund and that wrist at the sideline. He is flicking one in the end zone, looking for Rafi Hayes up in the air. Rafi Hayes pulls it down, makes it look routine. Both teams are scoring at will right now. That's why these games come down to defense. Who comes up with the big D, the block, and the turnovers. Concentration, making the crisp throw, and making the routine catch. Rafi Hayes with an excellent cut, looked wide open in the end zone, and the Stags pull back to a 3-point lead. Here comes the pull by the Stags, and that's going to bounce. Pretty good one. Decent field position for Nick Fisk and San Francisco. Evan Boucher at the near sideline. Boucher dumps that back to Lassiter. Oh, a diving Dogfish makes a play. We're going to have contact. That's going to be called on number 24, Dan Shaw. Dan Shaw, of course, was on the Season 1 team back in 2013 on Portland. Didn't play 2014. Now he's back. Played his college ball at Whitman College. On the defensive line. This is a flick that's up in the air. Going to be in the end zone. Wide open. Great play. And the catch. For the score, the Dogfish strike back, and both teams are scoring very quickly. We're back to a 2-point Stags lead, 8-6. Evan Boucher with the last goal for San Francisco as they're edging closer, but they still have to stop this Portland team. An offensive line that goes with Cody Bjorklund, Timmy Purston, Tyler Cable. Very difficult to stop, and that one goes out of bounds, and the Stags will have decent field position to start. Rafi Hayes, of course, who's scored the last goal for Portland. A lot of speed, a lot of athleticism, great passing. Eli Friedman is one of the inactives for Portland today. Here come the Stags at Steve Kenton. Oh, almost D'd up on the layout D, but good catch, concentration by Ben McGinn. Number 21 going to go back over to Bjorklund. Bjorklund makes a nice catch, dangerous, as San Francisco is really intensifying their defense. Contact foul. The infraction will be on number 1, Ian Ranahan. Moves it up 5 yards for Portland. Inactives for the Stags, of course, Allison Hall has the ACL. Both Eli's Blackman and Eli Freeman out. Adam Fagan. Purston had some fractured fingers, but he is playing. And as you saw, he had a hat trick in the first. And they're going in zone Portland, and it's snagged, and it's caught, and it's scored. Rafi Hayes with the goal as he just puts it down, and he says, 2 in a row for me. Stags back up by 3. The pull from Dan Supnick, number 88. Decent pull. And that's going to go in the end zone. Excellent pull by Supnick. Dogfish back on the attack. 6:05 to work with. And you see the D by John Thornton. And that one's going to hover in the air. 2 Stags are back. A third one coming. It's intercepted. Excellent play by Brian Penner. We're going to have a contact foul. And they're going to call that on Portland. The fans don't like it here. That was very ticky-tack. It looked like Brian Penner had excellent position. But nonetheless, San Francisco keeps the disc and possession, moves up 5 more yards, make it 10 yards, close to the end zone. Trying to pull within 2. Another call. This one's going to go on San Francisco. Just moves the disc back 10 yards. As long as San Francisco can keep this up with exchanging goals with the Portland Stags, we can have a heck of a finish here, and that's what we're hoping on this beautiful Mother's Day in Hillsboro, Oregon. Nice pass. Good cut. Now swings it back to Drew Kim. Kim looking for someone open in the end zone. There's no one open. Excellent defense. Look at Brian Penner putting on the defense, but a great cut. Oh, John Thornton comes for the block. San Francisco, Evan Boucher wanted contact, but nothing's called. The disc goes back over to Portland, and that is a critical turnover. Supnick, Penner, outstanding defense. Peter Woodside with the disc. Kicks it back to Supnick. Centers it. Supnick falls down. We're going to have a contact foul. It's going to be called on Boucher as the offensive line for San Francisco stays in on the turnover. Supnick moves up 5 yards right at midfield. Topher Davis looked to break towards the end zone and thought about and looked for Thornton at the near sideline. And Thornton with a poor throw, and that goes back over to San Francisco. Big break for the Dogfish. Can they capitalize? Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. San Francisco trails by 3, 9-6. There's a huck if I've ever seen one. That's floating up in the air. The layout dive just misses. Oh, Boucher. Good try. Supnick picks up the disc as they're exchanging turnovers now. John Thornton to Riley Minershagen. Portland looks for a huck of their own, looking for Grant Cole in the end zone, has a step. Cole can't come up with it. What a play defensively. I hope the players aren't injured. As Grant Cole looks he gets up. Both of them get up. What a D. Once again, exchanging turnovers, exchanging blocks. We've seen some outstanding defense as before, mostly offense. San Francisco looks to capitalize. That was Michael McGarrick Drew Kim snatches that out of the air. Boucher now is going to look for it. Thought about Kim. Kim was D'd up well. San Francisco dumps that back up. McGurk now centers it for Lassiter. To Sunke. Back to Boucher. Boucher's been in control. The flick in the end zone. Oh, a little bit too powerful. San Francisco gives up a gift, a golden opportunity wasted. 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Portland now with the advantage and tries to capitalize on what we've seen, another turnover on this point in the third quarter. Similar to what happened in San Francisco, different reasoning. But we saw the 12 turnover on the third point. I believe it was the third point of the second. Now we're in the third. We have a timeout called. Portland, Steve Kenton controlling the disc. Here comes Timmy Person. They put their offensive line in. Of course, the last turnover committed by San Francisco. Stags up by 3, 9-6 with 1:42 left. Timmy Person at the near sideline. Here come the Stags, moved upfield. Adamson, now they're in Dogfish territory. Matt Malius, number 10, settles with the flick. Diving layout defensively. Incomplete. We're going to have a contact foul on San Francisco. Inching closer, that was Chris Hancock. Back to Hankey. Hankey waits. He's so smart. He knows how to play that disc at every single yard. And that one goes all the way across the field. The swing pass for Kenton in the end zone. Wide open Stag. And another score. Portland Stags are playing the percentages as they called the timeout so they can move the disc up with this pull to try to back up the Dogfish with probably one more possession. And here comes a pull. And that one's hanging in the air, still hovering. Look at that one. And in the end zone, and it's going to take a bounce, and the Dogfish will start in the end zone. You have to be very, very careful here. Thought about going deep. That's covered up by Brian Penner, who's played some outstanding defense on that D-line. And that one's D'd up and blocked by Portland Stags. 44 seconds left. That's going to go to the Stags. Let's see if they try to play small dish or they go for it. They're going for it in the end zone. The Dogfish cannot catch up to that as Portland scores again. Here comes the pull by number 88, Dan Supnick. Average height. And that's taken by the O-line for the Dogfish. Let's see what San Francisco can do. There's Lassiter, number 12. He flicks that out to a friend, Pollard. Now working small disc. Nice flow so far. Back to Lassiter. Trying to cross midfield. They do with 18 seconds left. They're going deep. And there's number 10 in the end zone. And what a snag as he skies for that one over a Portland Stag defender. I don't have number 10 on the roster, but that was one heck of a play. Actually, I do. That's Nick Weiss. San Francisco just called the timeout with 11 seconds left. Another strategical play where they're trying to pin back the Portland Stags and make sure that they don't get a quick score before the end of the first half. They'll throw the pull right around midfield and try to pin the Stags back. 11 seconds. Doesn't give Portland a lot of time, but with the speed like Purston, you never know. And here comes David Janinis with the pull, and that's going to roll out of the end zone. And Portland will have 5 seconds to try to score. I love that it's a new rule, and it was explained week 1 of the MLU season by our commissioner, Mr. Jeffrey Snyder. And he did a wonderful job explaining it because he's a wonderful guy and a fantastic commissioner. They're going to put the clock back up to 11 seconds. Portland in their own end zone. Got to be very careful here. As they flick it out to the end zone, find Bjorklund. 7 seconds. Let's see if they just try to hold it, be content. Double team by Bjorklund. And Another call. They're going to move that up, and that's going to do it for the first half. Unless they put some extra time on. I guess on the field they're not saying halftime, but clock is showing 0 seconds. They're going to have to add some time. There goes the double team on Cody Bjorklund. The double team is initiated by San Francisco, trying to cause a quick turnover, see if they can get the disc back. And just a dump. Thought about the hammer. And that one's going to go down the sideline. It's going to be intercepted. They were intended for Purston. And there's a huck, and that one's going to go in the end zone. This is the last play of the game. A couple Dogfish go up. Almost a quick point and a steal for San Francisco. It's D'd up, and that's going to do it. One outstanding half here at Hillsborough Stadium. The score, Portland 11 and San Francisco 7.
Is pain stopping you from playing your best? Get rid of your pain and get back to your game at G Sports Physical Therapy, the experts in sports rehabilitation. Visit our website today at gsportsphysicaltherapy.com. Stop your hands from sweating and increase your performance with Gamer Grip. This non-sticky solution allows you to make better throws and grab better catches without a hint of slippage. Innova is proud to support Major League Ultimate and its incredible athletes. As the official disc of the MLU, the Innova Pulsar has quickly become the disc of choice at Ultimate's highest level. Visit innovadisc.com to find a dealer near you. Can Jam, proud sponsor of MLU 2015. Can Jam is a fast-paced disc game perfect for the backyard, tailgating, or warming up for Ultimate. Get Can Jam today at the team store or online at canjam.com. Use bonus code ULTIMATE for 10% off your purchase.
For San Francisco, they were led by one man. That's number 34, Evan Boucher, scored 2 goals for San Francisco as they trail 11-7 with the opening pull of the third quarter. And normal Stag offense, running some vertical stack. Saw Timmy Purston going down the sidelines. Now he's back. Just watch these cuts that the Stags make. There's Rafi Hayes with the cut as Portland's trying to get to midfield. Just shy. That's Timmy Purston as he's at the far sideline. Finds Aaron Adamson, one of the Adamson brothers. Look at that defense play by San Francisco. They're tight. They're coming out and trying. And they force the first turnover. An error to throw. And the Dogfish get their first possession of the third quarter. With 9:20 left, trailing by 4, they can make this a 3-point game. San Francisco enters Portland Stag territory. Now they dump it back off to Ian Ranahan. Ranahan flicks that out to the near sideline. Sliding catch by Mark Hecht. And another turnover. Ranahan can't come up with it. Turnover by the Dogfish. Both teams exchanging. We saw this happen in the second quarter. And now we're seeing exchange turnovers right now. That one's up in the air, and it's caught for another goal. Cody Bjorklund, the one-handed man. He says, take that. Some inactives for the San Francisco Dogfish today. We have Brian Chang. He's out. David Abraham and Nicholas Thompson. That's 3 for the Stags. Allison Hall, of course, with the ACL. Adam Fagan and both Eli's, Blackman and Friedman. Boucher at the near sideline. Faked a flick. Looked like he was going for the huck. Looking for his man, Andrew Goldstein. Now Goldstein working hard to get open. He's defended by Topher Davis, number 8. That's a great battle there to watch. And Goldstein catches at midfield, and he throws that one up in the end zone, looking for his man. A beautiful throw, an easy catch. San Francisco gets a much-needed goal to get back to 4. That's Drew Kim, number 6. Andrew Goldstein was really working hard on Topher Davis to try to get open. Came back around, caught a pass right at the center line at the far sideline, and then threw the beautiful assist. And here comes the pull, very short. It's going to land on the ground. Excellent starting position for the Stags, who are on the attack. Tad Jensen with the disc. Near midfield, a diving play defensive comes up negative. Here comes Bjorklund at the near sideline. Bjorklund working it. Looking for an open man. Pivot, looking back to Jensen. Trying to center it. Jensen with the backhand. Finds Melius. Now back to Tyler Cable. Cable had a big first half. Tyler Cable had 2 assists, doing his job. Jensen in the end zone. Purston just comes up with it. Oh, it just missed fingertips from being deflected and blocked by the Dogfish. Purston scores his 4th. This is Timmy's first breakout game as he missed much of last season. Away for business up in Ireland. And what a turnover right there. A tough throw. Couldn't come up with the catch, and Portland has excellent field position. Dan Supnick, number 88, has a wide open man, and another score, another goal. Portland moves up by 6. First quarter was amazing. Second quarter, we saw a little bit more defense, and Portland started to push the lead more in their favor. Now the third quarter, the Stags have come out. They're trying to make a statement. Portland wants to keep their undefeated record. Let's see if the Dogfish can answer. That's Lassiter. Centers that back to James Pollard. Drew Kim towards the sideline. Now another terrible pass by Kim. Lassiter can't come up with it, and here come the Stags trying to strike expeditiously. Brian Penner, number 77, another big half he had on defense on the D-line for the Stags. Dan Supnick with the disc, 6:39 left in the third. Dan Shaw back to Supnick. Defended by Boucher. And there's a wide open Stag, and guess what? Just like we've seen for the 16th, or make that the 15th time today, Portland has scored on San Francisco. The pull from the Portland Stags, up by 7, 6:25 left. That one's going to land on the ground. A couple hideous-looking turnovers by San Francisco. Lassiter gets it back to Kim. Back to Goldstein at the far sideline. Goldstein played well. Defended by Peter Woodside. San Francisco needs to answer back. No careless mistakes this time. Looks like a man is barefoot. It looks like James Pollard is barefoot. Might be just a thick sock. But from this angle, it looks like he's barefoot. San Francisco moving the disc around. There's Andrew Goldstein. Excellent cut. Goldstein now finds his man in the end zone, the right corner, and a score for the Dogfish to make this game tighter and closer and a more dramatic finish. And the pull from San Francisco just scored on that position. Possession broke up more momentum for Portland as they were just building their offensive artillery, trailing by 6, 15-9. Stags back on offense. And they're going deep with the Hawk downfield. Purston reaches up and skies and snags it with fingertips. That's the Timmy we know, and back to Timmy. And to score. Timmy Purston with the score. Timmy is so dangerous. Not many defensive players in all of the MLU can stop him. When he gets going, he just scored his 5th goal of the game. And there's a pretty high hoving Huck pull. It's taken by San Francisco with 5:18 to operate, trailing again by 7 goals. See Boucher looking to go deep. And Portland's just all over it. They have one of the better defenses in the Western Conference. Tough to get a lot of separation from these guys. They're in the right position, the right time, as Boucher has that towards midfield. You see Drew Kim breaking, but Topher Davis. And there's Drew Kim at the near sideline, back to Boucher. Boucher flick in the end zone. Nice pass between 2 defenders. And San Francisco scores Sunke, Gabe Sunke, number 9, with the goal. The deficit is 6 goals. The Stags on top, 16-10. 4 minutes and 41 seconds left in the third. The pull by David Janinis. And that's taken by the Stags. Here they come, Tad Jensen with the disc. Looking for Hancock. Hancock complete. Good separation. Now flick back to Rafi Hayes. You see the Stags just constantly cut and move. They put a lot of stress on the defense. Good job by San Francisco to stay in their lanes. We're going to move this one up. We're going to have a foul. Little contact. Rafi Hayes will move up 5 yards. See Adamson hanging around the end zone. That one's floating back towards midfield. Complete. And here come the Stags. Matt Malius with the disc. Finds his man, Vin Bowie. Vin Bowie goes to the end zone. Oh, deflected. Looked like it was intended for Rafi Hayes, but that was knocked away by his own man. Oh, Rafi Hayes looked like he had another goal. Could have been his third. And Portland's offensive line will stay in a defense, and San Francisco will take over on the offense. And a hawk. That one is hanging up there towards the near sideline, up in the air. Rafi Hayes makes a heck of a play. Is there a call? They're saying incomplete. Goes back over to Portland. Rafi Hayes might be shaken up a little bit. Looked like a wrist, a hand, some fingers. Oh, that was a heck of a defensive play. Good throw. Good throw as well. Rafi Hayes hears it from the crowd as he walks off the field on his own power. Hopefully it's a little stinger and he'll be back. Here comes Portland. Matt Malius looking deep. He's contacted. And that's going to be called. That's on number 77, Alex Kellyan. Malius throws the disc back to the referee with 2:57 left and counting as the clock continues to tick away. Let's see if they stop the clock, add some seconds. Portland's going to move this. Disc is going to move back on the infraction. Stags remain with possession, though. See Ranahan defending Tyler Cable. Couple number ones doing battle. Tad Jensen back towards the own Stags end zone with 2:22 left. Back to Cable. Playing small disc, coming back for it. Portland's very efficient with their offense. Ben McGinn also had a pretty good first half. McGinn gets that back to Malius. And looking for Vin Bowie. Vin Bowie thought about going deep. Dumps that back to Cable. And now back to Hankey. Chris Hancock. There's a backhand. That one's hanging up in the air. Dogfish is back, but in terrible position. And it's caught by number 21, Ben McGinn. McGinn scores for the Stags. Back up by 7. Crowd is really into this game on a Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day out there if you're a mother. Or if you have a great mother, wish her a happy Mother's Day. Take her out for a beautiful meal. Get her some roses, flowers, whatever she likes. Love those mothers out there. This game is dedicated to all of you. Because without you, we wouldn't be here. Drew Kim with the disc. Now gets it out to Hecht. Hecht backhands that to Boucher. Boucher looks deep for his man. Has Sunke, and Sunke scores. San Francisco would like to see a little bit more of that, a little bit less of the turnovers. Sunke scores for the Dogfish, trimming it to 6 points. The Dogfish answer back with the poll. Taylor Casino does the honors. Love that last name, Casino. Not if you live in Las Vegas. It could be good, but usually not, especially in my family. My dad lives out there. He loves those casinos. Cody Bjorklund thought about going deep. Now he finds John Seamer, who finds Cable. And Portland, once again, is just moving that disc so efficiently. Cody Bjorklund in Dogfish territory with 1:12 left in the third quarter. Kenton with the disc. He's defended. Defense is there, but the throws are there. That one's incomplete. Purston couldn't corral that. Thomas Adams was there defensively for San Francisco. Disc moves back to San Francisco on the turnover. Casino With 53 seconds left, this is a perfect time for San Francisco to try to get back in the game, cut it to 5. That's what they're looking for. A call. We've seen some large comebacks before. You never know. San Francisco intercepted by Peter Woodside. Back to Supnick. Supnick throws up the flick in the end zone looking for Woodside. Mothers, happy Mother Day from the Portland Stags, Peter Woodside and MLU. This sport is tantalizing. Just like that. The Stags steal the point, get the turnover. Number 5, Peter Woodside with the honors, and then he scores the goal to galvanize the audience as they are really into this game. Happy Mother's Day. With 39 seconds remaining in the third quarter, the Stags back up by 7. The Dogfish need an answer, and we've just seen too many careless turnovers by San Francisco. Ben McGinn playing some tight defense. You just don't see many throwing lanes. They really put some suffocating defense on. You see Andrew Goldstein thought about going deep. Now he cuts back. Nice cut. Goldstein's one of the bright spots for San Francisco, and he throws a nice flick up in the air as that goes downfield to Drew Kim. Now the hammer across the field, but 2 Stags are back, including Purston. Look at that. Timmy Purston says, I can do anything. Offense, defense, Purston with the block. That's going to do it for the third quarter at Hillsborough Stadium. 18-11 Stags.
Point Six Socks, the official sock sponsor of Major League Ultimate. Check out www.point6.com for their full line of performance merino wool socks. Skippy, the official peanut butter of the MLU, made with the funnest peanuts ever. Skippy Yippee! Do you have an athletic event, team trip, or corporate outing coming up? If so, charter a private bus, minibus, or party bus from U.S. Coachways. Bus travel is one of the safest, greenest, and most comfortable ways to get your group to an event. If you're going with a group, trust U.S. Coachways. That's what we do.
Portland also took all 4 games of the series last year against the Dogfish. And here comes the pull. And this one is pretty high, an outstanding pull as it goes to the far sideline. And you see San Francisco trying to center it with Sunke. Scored 1 goal in the third. Evan Boucher with the disc right now. The flick out to Drew Kim. Center. And there comes Sunke again, trying to get past midfield, and they do. Andrew Goldstein's played a nice game. He lays out a flick, and that's going in the end zone. Will it stay in bounds? A layout catch, but he's out of bounds. What a fantastic play, though. To make that catch was Nick Weiss. Andrew Goldstein is putting some precision passing just a little bit too far. It was almost there, like Bob Uecker said. Just starting the fourth quarter, John Thornton, defensive line, stays in with the turnover. And there's a turnover for Portland. Possible break for San Francisco, trying to capitalize. Has to cut it to 6. Need to score right now. Not many turnovers you're going to get from this Portland team. Drew Kim with the disc. Goes backhand towards the near sideline. Back to Sunke, back to Kim, and Sunke again. 2-man disc between the guys. Under 9 minutes to go in the game. And Sunke goes all the way cross field on the swing pass for Drew Kim. Boucher back towards midfield. And you see Nick Weiss throws that, and that is incomplete, but we're going to have another infraction, and that's going to go on number 8, Topher Davis on Portland. San Francisco remains with possession and a great chance to score here. Topher Davis is so aggressive. He has really separated himself from one of the 2 best defensive players in the Western Conference. An amazing game he had week 1 of the MLU season right here at Hillsborough Stadium. The first home game for the Stags. He was sensational against the Seattle Rainmakers and was player of the game. And I don't know what happened with that throw, but we're going to have another call. It's going to go once again. It's going to go against the Portland Stags. Sankey has it, flicks it back towards the middle. And Drew Kim now looks for an open Dogfish. Not much separation. And that's another backward pass. As San Francisco's working backwards towards the near sideline. That's Lassiter. And McGurk gets that one out. Drew Kim. Stags still playing with the man-to-man defense. Just so tough. That one's up in the air and a score. That's a good throw. And the score is by Sunke. Sunke has a couple. Good throw by McGurk. 6:53 left in the game at Hillsborough Stadium. The Stags on top of the Dogfish, 18-12. Sunke just scored for San Francisco, trying to keep this game as tight as possible and not allow a blowout. The fans are crazy. Stoney the Stag right now is in the bleachers playing around with the kids, and here comes the pull to Portland. McGinn at the middle of the field. Another whistle. And it's going to go the opposite direction. McGinn tried to bring the disc up, but it's going to go back as it's on Portland. Big storyline today is what was the weather going to be like? Because a few weeks ago, week number 2, when they played in San Francisco at Yellow Jacket Stadium, it wasn't this cooperative. The wind pretty much wreaked havoc in the first half. Took a while. Here comes Bjorklund, cross midfield. What a backhand with some extra mustard on that one. John Seamer with the reception. Portland looking to score again. Try to pull closer to 20. Back to midfield, and McGinn. Tight defense once again by David Janinis. McGinn at the far sideline looking for an open Stag. San Francisco has really intensified their defense. There's a hammer across the field in the end zone, wide open for another score. And it's slammed. It looks like Adamson with the point. Portland looking to go undefeated, stay undefeated at 4-0 and move 2-0 against the Dogfish. And if San Francisco can't get out of this jam, they'll be 1-3. As Sunke controls the disc. And last game they played, of course, James Yeager, number 16, had some comments, said Portland did not look comfortable playing in San Francisco with the wind, and it looked like they didn't want to play us. That was according to James Yeager. How much of that is bulletin board material? I don't know. But if it's any evidence with the score, maybe it is, because the Stags are putting on a clinic. But right now, San Francisco looking to score. We're going to have another contact foul. That's going to go against Portland. Possession remains with the Dogfish. Minor Shagan didn't like the call. Pushes down the disc, but no extra infraction, no technical. Looking for some help. Dogfish trying to score again, and there it is, Lassiter. Lassiter in the right corner of the end zone. Thomas Lassiter pulls San Francisco within 6. 4:49 left in the game. A very special day. Happy Mother's Day. Here come the Stags on offense to pull from the Dogfish. 19-13. That's the score at Hillsborough Stadium. John Thornton, number 11, with the disc. Centers that out to Rafi Hayes. Halpin to Thornton. That one's in the air. Purston is open. There is a Dogfish back there. Missed time jump, and guess who pulls it in? Just corralled by Purston with precision. So patient, just waits for it. Unfortunately, Captain Jackson Stearns mistimed his jump. I think he might have panicked a little bit. He said, okay, I think that's number 13, Timmy Purston. The guy can jump, he can run, he can catch. Let me try to pull this out quickly. Here comes Portland with the pull. San Francisco will receive deep in right at their end zone. 4:28 to operate. Down by 7. Goldstein looking for some help, and it's deflected, D'd up by the Stags. Grant Cole, so good. Swing pass is incomplete, and a turnover by Portland, giving San Francisco a little bit of life here. Still not over. James Pollard, number 8, gets it over to Drew Kim. Kim with the backhand has Goldstein open by his shoes. Nice catch. A grab by Goldstein, who gives a hug and a shake to a Portland defender. Goldstein's played one heck of a game. The pull from San Francisco. After Goldstein's nice shoestring catch, the Stags up by 6. 3:40 left. Hancock. No Eli Friedman. Stags, no panic. Ooh, tough pass and catch. It's intercepted. San Francisco, is there a call? There is. The Dogfish don't like that. Jumping, bouncing around. I see Hecht on the sideline doing a little dance. Jumping around saying, no way. That's Jackson Stearns with the call. He's had a rough day, Captain Jack. Very, very good player. Very talented. Swing pass by Portland. Bill Bino. Back to Kenton with the headband. Now looking for Tad Jensen towards the middle of the field. 3 minutes to go. Finds Halpin. Halpin backhands it to Penner. Nobody on him. Got the zone going on. No pressure defensively. Oh, nice reach and grab by Hancock. The hammer in the end zone. Wide open Stag, and they do it again. It's just too easy. The pull from the Stags. It's a very good one. Deep, and it's going to go out of the end zone. San Francisco pretty much done with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in the game, and they're trailing by 7 goals. Stags defense and offense certainly came to play today at Hillsborough Stadium, their second home game. A huck in the air. It's deep enough, and it's caught. And they're going to say short of the goal line. That was caught by number 10, Nick Weiss. Now Nick Weiss has to go back out. Here comes the Stags defense. Let's see if the Dogfish could answer or make this a little close. Drew Kim, defended by Peter Woodside. Kim looking to the center of the field, and that's complete to Hecht. Hecht fakes the backhand. Now he kicks it back out to Sunke. Lassiter reaches out. I think he's just shy of the goal line. And now Lassiter finds his man in the end zone. It looks like Andrew Goldstein. That was Michael McGurk with the goal for the Dogfish, and the pull goes out of bounds. Portland will take over under 2 minutes to go. 6-goal advantage for the Stags. Looking to end this game on a high note and move to 4-0. The Dogfish are going to continue to fight. Well-coached team under Justin Safdie. They'll move to 1-3 and 0-2 against the Portland Stag team. Bjorklund's going to get that one out to Melius. Moving around. Back to McGinn, to Bjorklund. Towards center. Backhand to Seamer. 1:35 on the clock. Melius with the hammer across the field. A diving Hancock makes the play. Hancock made that look pretty. Now we're under 1:20 to go. That's juggled and caught by Seamer. Hancock handling the disc. Finds Bjorklund in the end zone. Cody adds his to his stats. Bjorklund scores, and that's 22 for Portland. The pull by number 24, Dan Shaw. It's a short one, And it's going to land with 1:09 left. San Francisco down by 7. Going to move to 1-3, but they're going to keep fighting. First half is a lot tighter. And there's a score for the Dogfish to get 16 with 50 seconds left. Portland about to receive perhaps their last pull of the game with 50 seconds left and a commanding 6-goal advantage, 22-16 over the San Francisco Dogfish. And here it goes. A high hoving pull. Bill Bino with the disc. Rafi Hayes just reaches and snags that one. Cody Bjorklund's going to go up for that. Nice catch. Little contact, doesn't matter. That's thrown in the end zone. Could Adamson score again? He does. The Stags with 36 seconds left. Score again. Aaron Adamson, he's shown Big Brother, anything you can do, I can do better. Happy Mama's Day. Portland has 4 players inactive today. For the Dogfish, they have 3. Saw a lot of turnovers in both the first half and the second half. A lot of careless ones by San Francisco and a lot of outstanding defensive plays. We've seen it all here. Of course, we still have 2 more games remaining between the two teams. May 24th is at San Francisco, and then June 6th, the finale right here at Hillsborough Stadium in Hillsborough/Portland, Oregon. One last huck. This one is hanging in the air for Goldstein. He's going to reach up. No, he's not, but it is still caught by a Dogfish. It curved on him, and San Francisco scores with 14 seconds, so I guess Portland will receive one more pull. McGurk scored the goal for San Francisco, 14 seconds left. See if Portland goes for it all or they just play small disc and just end the game on a... Oh, look at Bjorklund breaking. And there's a couple Stags here, a couple Dogfish, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Hagen in the air, bunch of players sky for it, no good. Cody Bjorklund couldn't come up with it, and that's going to do it here at Hillsborough Stadium. The final score, the Portland Stags 23 and the San Francisco Dogfish 17.